Welcome to the NERO Show, presented by Join Cycling and episode 152.
GCN's carbon expert says it's not okay to upgrade to a new road bike model. We chat through what he's talking about.
Jesse's back training, so he drops a few training nuggets, and we go through what we are thankful for in 2025. All right, let's get into it. Jesse Coyle, welcome.
Hello.
Back to the NERO Show.
Hello, everybody.
Here we are. So we are 7 days removed from a bucket of equipment chat.
Mm-hmm.
So we probably need to detox a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
But there's been, I don't know, I've come in a little bit heated. I think you're once again, I don't know what it is with you. The further we go into summer, it's just the temperature rises. It's warming up.
Now, GCN Tech actually had the antidote to some of our recent equipment chat on the GCN Tech channel. This one's blowing up 2 days ago, 142,000 views. Title of the video, "This carbon expert will never buy a new carbon bike."
Never buy it.
No. And then the thumbnail text was, "I ride a 15-year-old bike." So it's this carbon expert they got on to chat all things carbon fiber. They started off with general chat. What's modulus? What's resin? How is it laid up? He was talking about how it's laid up in different ways and that affects the ride quality, and that's where some of the improvements are made. It was all sort of interesting. It was kind of cool. Talking about what's the actual lifespan of a carbon bike, how carbon fiber has in and of itself, has an extremely long lifespan. It's not like you ride a carbon bike for 5 years and it goes flexy. So that was kind of interesting. And then the last section of the video was where it got, I think, very controversial. They started talking about the sustainability of carbon fiber bikes. GCN are kind of heavy on doing copyright strikes, so we can't play the bit, but I want to read quite a lengthy excerpt of what the expert said about sustainability, because I disagree on a lot of things here. So I wanted to not just play a snippet, let's read it out in full context. So they asked him, I guess, what's your opinion on sustainability of carbon bikes? And he said, so this is kind of the first thing to say is a carbon bike and carbon products in cycling are optional. They are luxuries. And that's kind of important context for what I'm about to say. Making carbon fiber in particular, but also resins, is environmentally damaging. Both of the raw materials that go into the feedstocks coming out of the crude oil, there are some biomaterials coming through. We'll explain on those in a bit, but the majority of composite materials come from oil. It is better to have oil turned into materials than it is to have burnt it and heating our planet, but it's still not good. You are using energy, committing resources, creating pollution to make these materials, right? That's not an easy way. There's no easy way to reduce that. We'll get onto the bright and shiny future in a minute. When you choose a luxury item that's made of a material which is really quite environmentally damaging to manufacture, and you change it every couple of years, that's not okay. You are putting a lot of energy, a lot of CO2 into the environment, and then taking something which would be a brilliant bike for years and years and years and potentially putting it in landfill. For me, it's a personal choice, right? But I don't think that's right. That's a right way to live. I think as an industry, we pride ourselves on being more sustainable. You ride to work, you're not driving your car, that's great. I think that's really, really important, and it's really tricky to justify changing a composite bike, chucking away something that could be there for a generation to get a better paint job. When I heard that, I thought that was a fucking hot take. Like, especially the bit where he literally said, carbon bikes are a luxury and it's not okay to upgrade your bike every couple of years. I mean, that's... People think we have hot takes because I think a 32mm tire is better than a 28. That's a big call. That's basically saying if you upgrade your bike every sort of 2 or 3 years, you should feel guilty.
Mm-hmm. And this is not coming from someone who's just pulled in off the street, so, a bit of a clubby cyclist, whatever. This is an expert in their field, not only an expert, but an expert in carbon, saying that the production of this and the buying it and the consumerism of it is harmful to the point that you should really be considering not buying it at all.
Yeah, or sticking with your bike from, and then of course the comments on it. The comments was an absolute. Everyone's just like, oh yeah, I've got a 16-year-old bike. Well, I've got an 18-year-old bike. And it's the GCN audience is just sick. But everyone took it at face. Everyone's like, no one seemed to push back. I'm so sorry. It's not Ollie, the host's name. Connor. He had a bit of a pushback, which was, well, if you sell your bike when you buy a new one, then that's not just getting, going to landfill and getting totally wasted. And that was sort of his mode of pushback. But I actually went, given how big a call that is, what are the carbon emissions from a bike?
Yep.
I mean, when I heard him say that, I was like, holy shit.
What have we done?
But why do I have to take this guy's word for it? No, just because he's an expert, no offense. But so I did some digging. I think you might find this interesting. Trek has been doing full sustainability reports since 2021. I think each year they redo one. And in the 2021 report, they commissioned a company to track the life cycle emissions from a whole range of their bikes, from raw materials to getting to the retailer. And they did track the Madone. So we know the total carbon emissions if you went and bought a Madone and then chucked it in the bin.
Yeah, sick.
How much carbon is that actually emitting? And it's about 197 kilos of CO2 emissions. Now, there are some other waste products, like when you're producing a bike, if you, for example, when you cut the head tube, there's waste products in there. When you paint it, there's paint overspray. That's kind of pollution. So there are other aspects of pollution that are notable. The expert on GCN didn't really mention he didn't really break down what the pollutants were. The main one he was talking about was the carbon emission. So I'm focusing on the carbon emission. So as I said, there are 197 kilos of CO2 emitted. Now, given the scale of his language there, saying that's not okay to buy because it's a luxury, I'm thinking this is surely that's a lot of CO2. So that is the equivalent of flying from Sydney to Melbourne and back. That's the CO2 emissions, 197 kilograms. That's also driving about 1,345 kilometers in a regular Australian passenger car. Here's another way of putting it. If you're someone that eats meat and you took 150 gram steak once a week and swapped it for tofu for a year, that's the same emissions.
Yeah, right.
Right. So we're not talking 18 international trips on a private jet.
It's not a private jet.
Right. Yeah. It's a flight to Melbourne and back, which business people probably do 3 times a week, not think twice about it. It's literally, if you eat meat, the carbon emissions of your new Trek Madone every year, and I'm saying upgrade every year and throw it into trash, don't even sell it, is your carbon emissions from your bike's irrelevant. That's the scale of magnitude there. And so I can link the Trek sustainability report if you want to go and read it. Out of interest, most of the emissions from buying a bike come from moving the bike around. It's not the actual bike of itself. There's a whole graph here. The major one is transportation and distribution. So flying the bike from Taiwan to Australia. And they're trying to move away from air freight. Sea freight's a lot less emissions intensive. And those are the emissions from Trek. Given that they're tracking it and trying to reduce it, it would maybe slightly higher for other brands. But anyway, that's the scale. So just initially off the bat, the scale of his language basically saying it's immoral to buy a new bike every 2 years because it's the same emissions as eating a steak once a week. What? And this is an expert. I'm like, does he actually know the emissions of producing a bike? Because anyone that looks at these numbers would go, that's a really ridiculous thing to say. Now, there's obviously there's a side point that it's obviously wasteful to just buy a new bike every year and throw the other one out. And it's very, it's consumerism. It's materialistic. It's wasteful. It's definitely wasteful. Should I feel bad or is it not okay to do it just for the emissions? I don't think so. I mean, I'm thinking of flying to Perth in January to go to Nationals. That'll be like 5 new Madones worth of carbon emissions to fly there and back. You know what else is a luxury? Going on holidays. I want to take the kids to Hamilton Island. There's like, you, your wife, and 2 kids to Hamilton Island for a week. There's like 20 Trek Madones. And you've got all the, you fly, you've got your utensils on the plane, the plastic wrapping, or, like, is that immoral to go on holidays? Because that's a luxury. I mean, the logic of that take, I just don't think is, look, unless this guy's a monk and doesn't go on holidays and basically doesn't eat meat and is vegan and really lives a monk-like totally avoid of any luxury lifestyle, then he may have a point. But from what I can see, and I look, if someone has different numbers than I got, I'm more than happy to hear it out. But from what I can look at in terms of the emissions and the carbon, that is essentially the environmental impact of upgrading your bike, I don't think it's logical to feel guilty for doing it every 2 years. Doesn't mean you should. It's still wasteful, but it's not like it's not like buying a new car and driving the old one into a river every year.
Now, today's show partner is Join Cycling. Jesse, who is this for?
Well, it's for people who want an AI cycling training tool. It is app-based. Download the app, pick your event or training target, tell it your availability. It does update around what other rides you have on, what other things in life you have on, and bang, within about 10 minutes, you can be there doing your first structured workout, progressing towards your cycling goal.
So start ripping into some sessions. The NERO show has a 30-day free trial instead of the usual 7 days. And the best part, there is no payment method required. The trial ends automatically. Join over 200,000 athletes already smashing their goals. Head to join.cc/NERO show, and that will get you your 30-day free trial. Big thanks to Join Cycling. But what about this planned obsolescence that is the kind of underlying theme with a lot of the brands, that if you have a bike for a certain period of time, that ultimately it will just be completely uncompetitive, and it's just, there is nothing for you to do other than upgrade.
If it's been, like, if you've had a bike for 5 years and it's a new version of SRAM and you want a new one, don't feel bad about it. I mean, it's not emitting that much. If you track your emissions, stop eating meat for a couple of months. You've offset your emissions from your new bike. That's just what the numbers are showing. I mean, now it might be wasteful. Now he's also got the privilege of going, oh well, I ride a 15-year-old bike. Well, do you ride fast? Do you have any fitness? I mean, do you care about? Because in the early part of the video, saying, yeah, bikes have come a long way because they've optimized the layups and you can do amazing things with carbon bikes on one hand. And then he's saying, it's not okay to buy one because that's bad for the environment. I'm like, well, hold on. You were just telling me how amazing carbon is and the advancements have come up. So that was all a bit contradictory to sort of sell this idea that manufacturing has come such a long way and they can do amazing things, but, you're not allowed to get one because that's bad for the environment. I'm like, well, come on. Planned, and also, well, my point would also be more of a reason why when you do buy a new bike, future-proof yourself. Like, don't buy an outdated rim profile that in 2 years' time you're going to realize is not quite up there with the modern stuff. Like, do your research. Buy something that you could see yourself potentially riding in 3-4 years. At least over the last 10 years, a 5-year-old bike, at least in my, what I've been tracking, is outdated. I mean, a 5-year-old bike's a 2020 model. That would be like a first gen aero bike or a do-it-all with narrow rims. Probably in 2026, you'd be almost 2 generations old. Would you have got you would have, maybe if you bought brand new, you would have just got the new SRAM Red 12-speed. That would have been a new generation old. Like, I think, there's a point to say, if you're buying every 2 or 3 years, you either haven't bought the right thing at the first place or you're just being materialistic.
Yeah.
But if you've had a bike for 5 years, the pace of how things are changing, I think totally fine to upgrade because it's a performance improvement and you shouldn't feel bad about it.
That's true. And I do feel like some of this, like what to do with your old bike is kind of left to the individual. Mm-hmm. I would like to see like branded repair services. So in a sense, like Trek, for example, there's no discussion in that sustainability thing about how they deal with secondhand bikes, how that then becomes part of your Trek experience, that you're able to, that there is a platform, there's a program for you to upgrade in the most sustainable method possible.
Is that like what Apple do? Where
exactly.
You do your trade-in.
You do your trade-ins.
Yeah.
100%.
They take it and yeah.
And something like that. And take that sort of to the next level. Like we sit here and we chat about mainstream versus China. Oh, geez, they're getting close. Oh, this is a bit of a right. Well, isn't this a bit of a no-brainer for the mainstream brands now? Like couldn't this not be a specification that's listed with a new bike release, carbon emissions? And so we could sit here and go, oh, well, this is 204 watts in the wind tunnel. Oh, but the Trek's 134 kilos of CO2. Like that to me, that's a no-brainer for a mainstream brand. Is if you're trying to differentiate yourself from, Quick Pro. I don't know. That could be like some oil fest that's just complete unsustainable slop. I don't know. We don't know about any of them. So that to me is an obvious place that we can kind of make a few gains here. But as far as this particular discussion goes, I enjoyed the first half of it from the performance perspective, but the contradiction that you allude to is kind of hilarious in the sense that, oh, look at all these gains we've made in this industry, but you can't have that. Or if you do, you should feel really bad about it. Yeah.
How come other people get away with it? Like I found, this is just almost just a higher level chat. Like that's a really hot take. And everyone in the comments was just eating it up. They're like, oh, this is amazing. Yeah. Like no one did the numbers on it. And he didn't get any pushback for being like, why are you moralizing on my bike purchasing decisions? Is it just because he said it in a really calm voice? Is it the tone? Like, what am I missing here? I thought that was way more controversial than half the stuff we say. You should feel bad for that new bike you bought. That's what he said. That's a fucking hot take, really.
Now, come on, Jesse, you answered this one yourself. This is the virtue signaling crowd. They absolutely lap this shit up. I haven't bought a new bike in 600 million years. I walk to my holidays. Like they love this stuff. Throw in a little bit of the intellectual superiority crowd. So they're like the opposite. It's the reverse Edwin. Edwin will come on here and talk about, what was it? What was his
tightness?
Was it tightness?
Yeah.
Like that's such an easy but you can intellectually, like you can flop it out, intellectually superiority, that one as well, because you can just bash that down. Whereas this, you kind of push it up because that's the way it works. It's like knowledge flexing. I kind of,
but he wasn't even really the scale of his. I don't even understand that because his language around the whole thing was not even intellectually correct, unless he's going to sit there and say anyone that goes on holidays is immoral. Because that's a luxury. That's not okay. That's literally the logic. But if you get out of the details on that, do you agree?
Sort of. So at a top level, at an industry level, cycling has a sustainability problem. If you are a performance-focused cyclist, the fact is, a 5-year-old bike is a performance disadvantage for you. So that is a problem in general at an industry level, given the sustainability impacts of having to move to the next model. But to try and make the individual feel guilty for that purchase and to essentially suffer a performance disadvantage because of the harm that upgrade is doing to the environment, I don't think that is the right tack to take. But if I'm quite honest, like if you look at the comments, I don't think anyone put 2 and 2 together there. I think most people were just like, oh, that's interesting chat about carbon layups. So this blew up a bit on Hambini's Instagram. There it is. The scopes for the boys have fallen apart.
Scopes for the bin.
Scopes for the bin. Do you want to just quickly explain for those listening what
it is
you
a
can see?
photo of a Scope Artec rear hub, and it looks like a tiger has scratched through the middle, right in the middle of the hub shell. It's torn, as if it's made of cardboard and someone's just twisted it. There's just a tear right in the middle of the hub. Hambini's description was, Scope wheels hub failure. One of my viewers sent this picture in. It looks like a torsional failure. More rippled than Nicole's stroopwafel. That's the context of it.
Well, that's not the context of it. Yes, that's what we get. That's what we've seen. And yeah, obviously, when we rode and reviewed them, you referenced that there was like a discoloration.
The corrosion thing. Yeah.
That had been seen. We hadn't seen them on the wheels that we spotted. But I think the kind of long story of this was that when I first saw these at Eurobike in 2024, I just jizzed all over them, thought that they were the most amazing thing I'd ever seen. I actually saw Hambini at that, and he told me, oh, these are 3D printed. They're probably going to fail. Just calm the fuck down, Miller. I didn't really calm the fuck down. I still stayed pretty excited about them. And we hadn't really seen anything like this up until now. So I don't really have much to add on this because we don't really have any context at it. We did contact Scope during the week, and they did confirm that they have received a service request or what is it?
Yeah, a service
request into this particular issue. But the hubs haven't arrived, so they haven't been able to do a technical analysis as yet.
And no context on what happened with the wheel.
Correct.
It's just literally a photo.
Correct.
And someone going, hey, Scope, this happened to my hub.
Yep. But Scope have basically told us that when they receive the wheel, they'll inspect it thoroughly and we'll hear more about potential causes and et cetera, et cetera. But yeah, there you go.
I mean, unless he's fucking driven his bike on his on the roof of his car into the garage, it's not looking good.
If that's just a normal cycling wear and tear issue, we've got big issues. Yes, absolutely.
Yeah, that's yeah.
So this is certainly a watch this space sort of moment. Yeah, it's not like we can sit here like with the Magine ones. Like I was there at the race, knew exactly what had happened. She hit her. How did that happen? Blah blah blah. Don't know anything.
But that was also that issue that the unlocked in spoke thing was also. That had been floating around for ages. This is literally just a photo came out of nowhere. It seems like it's the first case of it happening. So maybe one of many. Maybe
one of one.
Maybe some guy smashed it with a hammer. Who knows? We will find out.
All right, we're going to pause for a quick moment. Silka.cc. It is the sale of the decade.
Some would say a thermo-biblical sale.
Thermo-biblical sale.
Aero socks that we've spoken about. Now, they are aero tweaked with some ridging sort of tripping stuff going on at the back, but they're cotton socks. 36% off. In Australian dollars, they were 55, now down to 35. Really nice length coming up just below the calf muscle insert. If you're going on and picking up your waxing or picking up your sealant, go and chuck in a pair. They are very nice indeed. Highly recommended.
And if the budget allows for it, Jesse, Super Pista digital floor pump. It's like it's the first class. You're up the very, very pointy end of the aeroplane with this fella. It's digital, so it does give you a very accurate reading. It allows you to set like a limit on it, so you can set 58 PSI and you can blow it up and it'll just stop at 58. Really good for that. Nice, secure hold on the valve I've found. And but it's not cheap, so it retails normally for close to $500. You're getting 31% off.
I also have one of those. It's very nice. Yes, one of the nice luxuries. It is also a robust pump. It's you're getting two pumps for the price of one because the chamber's so big. So definitely, if you're sick of like, you get it pumped up in about half the number of pumps. There you go.
Exactly. Cyclists not known for their upper body strength. Now, the code is NEROSHOW15.
Okay.
NEROSHOW15.
Here we go.
That bears no resemblance to the potential discount you're going to get.
Okay.
All right?
It's a bit of a lucky dip.
It's an absolute potluck because
Okay.
a lot of it is related to how much discount is already on there. So you could be getting 15%. You might just be getting 5%.
Okay.
So, but throw it in. You might as well. The worst things that happens is it doesn't work. I don't know. But yeah.
If you've already ordered before, I don't think
it's
it works.
not going to work. But, just throw it in anyway. Put it in the show. Put it in the notes. Just say, wanted to use it again. So anyway, so it's NEROSHOW15. And a big thanks to Silka for supporting today's episode. So you're back on a bike.
Oh, yeah.
Jesse Coyle, the big rig, is lapping, ladies and gentlemen. And
I did like 2 8-hour weeks in a row, and then last week was 10 hours and 50 minutes. And I was on Training Peaks. So I was scrolling back. I'm like, oh, been a while since I did that. Went back May. August last year. Amy's. Didn't do more than that. Back before. I haven't done, it's the biggest volume week I've done since my son was born.
Wow.
And he's nearly 2.
Wow.
Yeah. 10 hours and 52 minutes. That's it.
We got a birthday this week, don't
Popped
we?
in. Yeah.
Look at me remembering stuff.
Yep.
Did you remember? Yes, well done. So he's back. Volume is up.
Yep.
Talk me through it. What are the sensations? What's
all right, let's go random scat on. You want some silver bullets?
Yeah, when you're lapping, what's going through your brain?
I forgot the feeling of the tiredness in the afternoon. That got me. I'm not doing 5 hours in the morning. I'll do like 2.5 on a Saturday morning. And then it gets to 1, 2 o'clock. And I'm like, I remember this. Yeah, I don't miss this feeling. I'm like, I could go and nap now, a little 30-minute. Yeah, so that's come back in. So that's not enjoyable. But he still naps because he's only 2. He still naps in the day. So try to get down.
So you can have a little nap as well?
Yes.
That's such a skill, Jesse. I'm so jealous of that.
I only did once. But yeah.
But you can do it.
Yeah, it's possible.
Yeah. No, that's impressive.
Yeah.
That's a silver bullet in itself. You've just dropped a little one in there. The little micro nap.
Yep.
Massively jealous of that.
Mm-hmm. Why? You can't?
I can't do it. Can't do it. I can doze, but no, I just can't do it. And then I would fall into a dead sleep.
Oh, yeah.
And then it's just game over. Because then I'd wake up at like 6 p.m. and I'm like, well, what are we doing today?
Uh-huh.
So, no.
Yeah, so that's a nice little reminder. Oh, yeah. And then when you stop training, you realize how much more energy you can have, like in the reverse. And now I'm going the opposite way. I'm like, oh, yeah, don't miss this. Frequency of training, I think, is underrated.
Hot take.
There's a
consistency.
Whoa, Coyle,
Whoa.
he's up there, buddy.
Look out.
Yeah. So just back because I was already doing like 3-4 days a week, and this now in this sort of general rebuild without doing anything too specific is just plugging those holes in the week, just trying to stick to 1 rest day a week, maybe 2 if I have to. And no, I haven't done a ride over 2.5 hours yet. But I think frequency, out of all the training people and training principles and rabbit holes people go down, frequency is criminally underrated. Not so much later in a training block, like in a build phase, you can't be too frequent because it can impact the quality of the high intensity sessions. But early on, you're just trying to build up. Like 1 hour endurance, 90 minutes endurance, just all those little gaps you're plugging. And you literally feel like you're not doing anything. Like I know better because I've trained for so long. I know that it accumulates and where you get to in 4 weeks, 8 weeks when you plug all those gaps. But it's those rides where you're just sort of going in and I'm sitting at 68% of FTP for an hour. And you're like, it's not really hard. This is potentially a waste of time. It's not.
That moves the needle.
100%.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, massively. Yeah. Over a span of, as I said, 6 weeks.
When done right. So this is the other thing. Like I see the 60 to 90 minute hole filling ride. And again, look, this is coming from me, sad human who has no life, that doesn't do fun coffee rides. Like that's 60 to 90 minute session for me. Now, I'm not just like it's not erg mode, but I tell you what, not far from it when I actually ride it. And to me, it's that.
Well, 60 minutes with a 20-minute roll to the cafe, sit there for half an hour, then roll around. It's kind of like you've just commuted to the shops and around. It's not. That's the training impulse from that's probably not that strong. Whereas 60 minutes continuous, probably you can edge towards upper end of zone 2. That definitely adds up. I reckon probably in new people I start coaching, maybe half don't train frequently enough. I'm looking through, I'm like, why are there 3-4 day gaps every 2 weeks? What do you think's happening over those gaps? Is you detraining? There's not enough consistent training stimulus. And it's frequency's often forgot about because someone will do, I've said this before, but it'll be an 8-hour weekend and then it's nothing for 3 or 4 days. It's like, well, chop those off, move those hours over. And if it's an early part of your training phase, the training stimulus you get from being more frequent is really strong. Same with heat acclimation. I do 2 saunas a week. Well, it doesn't really do anything. It needs to be more frequent than that. So that's what I'm in this initial rebuilding of fitness is just trying to get the frequency up.
And we've mentioned this, and that little hole plugger ride, it can be your aero posse ride.
Yes.
Like if you need the motivation, why am I bothering doing it? It's a waste of fucking time. Make it your aero posse ride. I've spotted a few people. They're starting to. Oh, yeah. I've seen them. They're in there tucking. Yep. They're just a little solidly away. I don't want to derail you.
No, feel free.
Can I just? This is like a random saying, but like, don't let perfect get in the way of good.
Oh, here we go. Someone's been listening to podcasts.
I reckon we've said that one a few times.
What's the context?
The context being, there was 3 or 4 hours scheduled on my calendar for Saturday's ride. I missed it. It was raining in the morning. Blah blah blah. Didn't get out. Fuck it. Can't do 3 or 4 hours. Scratch the day. But you did have 2 hours. You did have. There was something there that you could make worthwhile. Like, it was 3 hours, but I only really had an hour. I can't do the full 3 hours. Look, don't make that the rule, obviously. You don't just completely skip everything and shorten it. But it's that thing of all or nothing that I feel like a lot of people, especially when they sort of start to get into structured training, it's like you've just got to continue to hit green boxes or it's a complete fail. There is nothing wrong with good every now and again to plug that gap. Is that fair to say, or am I kind of going off on the wrong tangent?
No, it depends on generally that is. It depends. If it's a particularly heavy overload week, especially later in a phase of training close to an event, sometimes if you can't get a key session done, a 2-hour thing is a write-off. So there are situations where that's not always true, but
just skipping the key session, okay.
Generally, do something to plug the gap and try again the next day.
Yeah.
Or the problem with that is people then decide, well, do you just shorten it and still do the intensity? Or do you pull the intensity out and still get the volume done? Or do you shorten it and remove the intensity and do the intensity? Like, there's a rabbit hole. See, even you bring that up and it's just like, it's.
Yeah. But yes, I just very rarely sitting home and doing nothing.
Okay, yeah.
Is better than doing something. That's kind of all, because I do see that a bit. I had 30-30s today, but I just couldn't face it, so I just didn't do anything.
Okay.
Like, no, but anyway, that's all.
I see.
Yeah.
Nutrition. Try to get that on track. Not so much specifically to lose weight. I do need to lose weight. I weigh 90 kilos. But I'm not I'm not actively trying to lose weight. I'm just making the diet changes to support the training. And then I weigh myself once every 3 weeks, see where it's going. If in 2 months I'm still 90 kilos, I'll have to change something. I suspect that's not going to be the case. But yeah, especially dialing in mainly post-ride. Pre-ride, I always generally eat. I don't like getting hungry on a ride. So even when I'm not specifically training, I would always dial in the pre-nutrition during nutrition, obviously always fuel. But post would be like if you're not really training and you're probably not going to ride the next day because it's 3-4 rides a week, I don't know, get home and just slop around and just don't worry. Now it's like, well, I can't do that because I'm not going to recover as well and I have to ride the next day. So getting in the that ride nutrition dialed allows me to make, or firstly to recover better, but make better diet decisions later in the day because I'm less hungry. And then that should allow me to eat healthier meals, less shitty high-calorie snacks, high-fat snacks. And the end result should be slowly weight comes off as I get into summer. And my go-to post-ride, you can, in Australia, people are obsessed with protein. So you can buy huge jugs of low-fat, enhanced protein milk. I actually don't know what they do because it just looks like regular low-fat milk, but it's higher in protein. Maybe they filter it and some processing.
Paul stuff.
Yeah, the Paul stuff, but they're not adding in protein. It's just naturally higher. I don't know. Must be some filtration process. Anyway, I literally have that Sustagen OG. It's like a meal replacement powder.
Old school.
Mainly to add flavor, has a bit of maltodextrin in it, and then it's just a multivitamin sort of thing. So do I need the extra vitamins? Probably not. Maybe it's catching something I'm a bit low in and the rest I'll just piss out. But that's mainly for flavoring. And then so that'd be my recovery drink if it's like one of those filler rides. And then just white sugar in if it's a 2-hour ride, if I've burnt more calories. It's just white sugar. And I'm pretty much always free pour. Yeah. I'm totally, well, because the thing is, it's irrelevant. If I'm having, if I pour in 30, if I want 0.3, I want 0.65 grams per kilo of body weight, or I'm just free pouring it in. If I pour too much, I'm just not as hungry. So I'll eat a bit less. It's like everything, if you have a healthy metabolism and don't eat total slop, like everything kind of comes out in the wash. So that's my go-to now. That's dialed in.
Can you remember?
And also just generally increasing my protein intake across the day as well, because sometimes if I don't eat meat, and then sometimes I'll just go, I don't really give a shit because I'm not training that much. So getting that dialed in also helps appetite-wise too.
You were always kind of ahead of the game with that stuff as well. Even back when it wasn't cool and it was, dumping sugar into a bin was, what the hell is wrong with this guy? Like, that's because, I can remember doing some of those rides, the stupid rides with you, and being like, oh, I'll just have a little fruit juice or something.
Couple scoops of Powerade.
Couple of scoops of Powerade afterwards. And you're just like, and you're just surprised why you can barely move. Like a COVID baby won't realize, like sure, they bonked a few times when they were full hubbards, like just coming out of, we just drink water, blah, 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 like full hubbardry bonking. But we were doing that, I was doing that as an elite training cyclist racing at a UCI level and eating a banana for a 3-hour race. Like, it's just, it's no surprise that, it's no surprise I completely tanked my hormones. But yes, that's the level that we have come now. And it's so weird to think back.
The other good thing about being more frequent in your training in a general endurance phase, by that, I kind of mean base training, but I hate that term because people are like, but that just means you go really slow and I can't do a bunch ride because I'm doing my base training. I call it general endurance. Being more frequent also helps with weight loss because you're spreading out your calorie burn across the week. So it's easier to have more days in a slight calorie deficit. Not that I track my calories. Because even like an hour, for me, an hour endurance, rolling around for an hour in the aeropods, it's like 900 calories burned. And it's nothing. You basically, I wouldn't say I recover through that now because my training, my conditioning is not as good. But that would used to be a recovery ride. 800 calories gone. So if you're doing that it's like 6 days a week, I'm going to lose. I can guarantee I haven't weighed myself. I guarantee I'm going to lose weight. Like it's just inevitable. And I don't feel like I'm dieting and I'm never hungry. And my training's really good. It's pretty, once you get the hang of like what you actually need to tick off, it's pretty simple. And the frequency helps with that, obviously.
So that all sounds really good, Jesse. But the problem is kind of where there's probably a reason why, since your son has been born, that these sort of hours have just not been a thing. The stressor, obviously, around having a young child, but also little S word, the old sickness.
S-Works.
S-Works. Get on it.
Well, I'm sick right now.
You're sick right now. Exactly. And this is kind of what I'm going to find really interesting over the next few months is because, yeah, you can start to string a few together, but what you're going to face potentially that you haven't really faced in the past is just these roadblocks that are going to put you off your strategic kind of planning and how you kind of deal with that, which I reckon is going to be super interesting. And like you said, you've got a little bit of a sniffle.
Yeah. So yesterday didn't ride. Today I'll be light. I'll just have to just chill until it. And it's not because I'm overtrained. It's just he's sick.
Yeah.
I got sick.
Yeah.
It's like there's no way to avoid that. Maybe some probiotics has some good. Maybe I could take some probiotics. Actually, that could help immunity. Maybe should look into that. But yeah, like that's you just.
It's more the way you deal with getting sick every time, because it's often that balance of, oh, do I try and maintain a little bit by like you're doing at the moment? You're just gonna, dial intensity down, dial duration down, and kind of see it through. And then maybe there's going to be one or two illnesses that force you off the bike for a couple of days, and then that's going to set you back a little bit. So it's just balancing that sort of stuff. Do you have a plan then? So obviously you've signed up for 3 Peaks. Is that it? That's it. Okay.
That's it.
We're not going to see a fully fledged return. No. Can't start any rumours. Coil back for nationals. No. Okay.
No. Just that.
Just that.
The other thing, I don't have a goal. I have no power-based goals. I have no weight goals. I'm literally just training and eating better and making all the changes.
Yeah, that's good.
To get my FTP to what?
Yeah.
I don't really care. It's almost irrelevant. To get my weight, do I want to be, right now I'm like 89, 90. Do I want to be 85? Do I want to be 81? Do I want to be like...
I would argue.
I don't know.
I would argue that that's just where you are right now. You probably get to say February and you're like, oh, you know what? I would like this or I would like that. That's probably where you'll start to sharpen that up. And I think that's a really good mindset to have now because like we just chatted about, you're probably going to face some things that will potentially set you back or put you forward or whatever it might be. So just a event goal is probably brilliant for right about now.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's a really kind of clever way to approach it, actually.
And I think, but it's okay to not have a goal. People stress. It's like, am I doing, I literally get these questions like, oh, am I doing something wrong because I don't have a power goal? I'm like, well, you could make one up, but you'd probably be, unless you know how things have been tracking and you can sort of dial in a goal, which is sometimes is nice to do. If you're that far, if you're 6 months out, well, you'd be totally making it up anyway. So I think, sometimes it's just start changing the habits and don't worry about what the finish line is. All right, dog or fast bike time. We're going to have certified fast or dogs. Remember, if you order the NERO kit, you get stickers. And right now, there is 20% off the NERO suits. So 2 for $5 Aussie down to $195, which is basically the biggest discount we could give. Fair warning, we're doing this because next year there will be a new version coming. So I don't want you to buy it and then go, oh, but, and then 2 months, 3 months time, there's a new one. So just keep that in mind. But the new version is not going to have leg pockets. And it's a different design. It's different fabric. This is going to be the last version we do with the leg pockets and obviously with the current NERO pattern there. So keep that in mind. We'll be going a different direction next year. Not sure exactly when it's going to come. Still a couple of months away. But yeah, if you want to get 20% off the NERO suits, they're in stock now. I think in the white, there's only medium and smalls. The larger sizes are still available in the orange colorway.
All right, bike 1 is a Madone SLR 7 Gen 8. Pictured with light climbing wheels, size medium, purple phase, amethyst marble, Shimano Ultegra Di2 12-speed Elite Drive 40D wheels, Dura-Ace cassette, Galfers, front and back. Silka sealant, Magine Carbon TO 515 crank and power meter, 170 mils, CRW 36 centimeter integrated bars, Trek Aero bottles, of course, Speedplay 0 pedals, Wahoo Millet bolt, as configured, 7.1. He's got a Neil Stanbury.
Stanbury fit.
He's got a Stanbury. Sorry, she's got a Stanbury fit.
Mm-hmm. Heel dropper or a toe pointer?
Well, I don't. Maybe we should be asking for that.
Yeah.
Pedaling technique.
Yep.
Good point. Rider is an 18-year-old girl, 174 centimeters, 59 kilos, 260 watt, 4.4 watts per kilo. Rider respectfully disagrees with Chris's view on how this bike performs at speed. Well, respectfully, you're wrong. Here at beautiful looking bike, I got to say, Trek can do a paint job. So I don't know who they use over there in Wisconsin, but wow, they can do a paint job. Here it is.
That's it. There's your 197 kilos of CO2 emissions. There in the flesh, everybody.
Probably didn't need to specify that it was a Stanbury fit because it's got that horrendous saddle that he loves to, what is he called it? The eagle beak or the eagle nose or whatever it is?
That's just an ISM. But
just an ISM.
Anyway, carry on.
Yep.
It is. Yeah, okay.
There it is.
Okay.
I gotta say, it's a beautiful looking ring.
Couple of nods to the show here. We got Galfa rotors. We got Magene cranks.
Yeah.
Shane Miller, think of the Magene. I think that's got the Miller, the Shane Miller tick of approval.
We'll get onto that later.
Okay.
So they're the CRW handlebars.
Interesting. Yep.
Here's the thing. Trek's whole spiel with this bike is that it's as fast as the friggin' old one because with a rider on it.
Yep.
Because of this incredible position that you can adopt due to the Bontrager. Are they Bontrager bar and stem? Or maybe they're just still branded Trek. I'm not sure.
Okay.
So when you take away the package in this particular circumstance, you're really just dealing with a TCR.
Okay.
Well, you are. I mean, this is basically a Monda kind of spec.
Sort of like a slow to velo.
Yes.
Sort of slightly. Well, I wouldn't say TCR. I reckon there's some aero tweaking here, aero bottles. I don't think that's the Amonda's an out and out certified.
True.
dog.
Okay. Maybe the Amonda was too much.
Maybe a bit harsh.
I take that.
But I see, I get, especially with shallower wheels, you've now got sort of. Are you trying to make a climbing bike pictured with climbing wheels? So you've now got a climbing bike, which is not that light. Although 7.1's not bad. Are we calling 7.1 with pedals?
What do we know about these wheels? Is there steel spokes?
Carbon spokes.
Carbon spokes?
Yeah. Just elites. There's standard. So I think they're 23 internal, 31 X. Pretty standard, sort of fairly modern.
I suppose my rationale for putting this in, Jesse, is we get a lot of these.
Yeah.
People say, oh, I'm slow, Chris, shut up. And this was, I thought as good as you could get, but it's still just...
It's not fast. You rock up to your bunch ride, you go, oh yeah, they're getting around on a Trek. No one's sitting there going, fuck, that's a fast bike.
No.
If anything, they're probably going to go, you'd probably get around. It's a bit of a dog though. That is a dog of a bike.
It's a dog of a bike. I'm sorry. And look, when someone turns up with this bike, I just say to myself, oh, they must have a really good local shop. Because that's what it is. They've probably got a great local shop that's like, get you on the Trek. We'll build it up for you. We'll help you out. Here's what it looks like, bro. We'll give you a good deal. We'll service it for you free for the next 7 months. Great.
Or it fits well. They like the geometry.
Yeah, like the geometry.
It fits really,
fantastic.
but that doesn't make it fast.
It
just means it fits you well.
No. And when they release the new one, you'll all come crying back to me. But anyway, bike 2. Here is my In-Color Entropy Speedster Plus.
Another one of these ones, okay.
54 naked carbon finish, plus version includes 3D printed parts. Okay, cockpit matching In-Color Aeroway 130mm stem, 37.5 top, 40 at the bottom. Dura Ace rotors, cranksets a rotor alu alloy, 150mm. 150mm. Okay, sorry. Wow. 30mm axle, Sugi power meter. All right. Bottom brackets, your rotors, specialized power saddle. The wheels are quality OEM rims, 33 external, 23 internal. 37mm depth at the front, 33 at the rear. Tires GP 5000. Tubes, he's tubed up. Okay. Wheels are balanced. Okay. Lookio carbon titanium ceramics. Bike weight 7.11 kilos as pictured, with bottle cages, computer mount, and pedals.
This is a really interesting bike. It reminds me, and I'll try and send you a photo, Chris. I used to run in the NRS a Focus Izalco Max with 30mm deep fast sports wheels. Do you remember? I don't know if you remember that setup. And this is, and I enjoyed. I liked the feel of those shallower wheels. It felt quite nice to me. This is like an all-out better version of that bike. It's just that bike, but a faster frame and similar depth wheels, but wider, more comfortable. And I can see why this person would enjoy riding this. I think this is a nice.
Well, this is another 58 kilo lady. What was the other girl? She was 59 kilos. This is another 7.1 kilo bike.
Okay.
This is why we've got them back to back.
Okay, this is interesting.
And FTPs are very similar, though this person says that it's a little bit of a ramp test, so it could be a bit inflated at 290.
Hold on, this is a female with a 290 FTP at 58 kilos.
We said that.
That's like world tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
She said she doesn't know.
Okay.
Maybe the machine.
Okay.
Maybe the Sugi eyes.
Okay.
Doing things.
Firstly, I think that frame is just faster than the Madone.
Correct.
It's a better frame. Faster and probably, in most other ways, much of a muchness. Stiffness. These riders probably not going to notice a difference. The wheels, much of a muchness. Price. You're having to DIY the build. That's interesting because I would have said this is a fast bike, but then to be fair to the Trek, when you go down and go, well, this person's done a full custom build, it would be cheaper, but this person's just been able to go to the shop and buy it.
Mm-hmm.
Hasn't been in their garage sourcing parts from all over the internet for 6 months. I think that's a better bike than the Trek.
I think it's a better bike, and I think it's maxing out. It's maxing out the build for the rider.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't see any reason why it's not a fast bike.
Okay. Fair play.
Bike 3 is a Giant Defy.
Is this female?
No,
okay.
I actually have no idea. Sorry, let me just go again. Bike 3. I've been getting a lot of flack from my mates about this bike since Jesse's review of the Giant Defy.
Sorry.
It will give them months of entertainment if you rip. No, hang on. I don't want to leap forward here. All right, so it's a 2024 Giant Defy frameset SL0. CRW Works 50. I thought we were banning CRW Works wheels from all chats on Dog or Fastbike because we had so many for a while. 5060s, GP 5000, Shibboleth setup, 1x Force Explore. Okay. Bit of all road. 46 front, 1030 throw. Just hear Jessica all over there. Allele, 172.5 mil cranks with his ex-Katie. Power meter, bonus watts. Fast Sports integrated bar and stem, 40 mil, 7.4. Geez, that's quite good. FTP's 350.
No,
it's
on an ex-Katie.
On an ex-Katie, so it's 290.
Depends what
weight,
mood the offset's in.
I'm a certified member of the Big Boys Club, the BBCs. BBCCs, I should say.
So this is an interesting story because this is probably exactly why we bang on about what we bang on about. So a bit of context on what's gone on here. So this was an attempted one bike to rule them all build, hence the Defy frame set. I swapped the wheels and tires. It fits 40 mil Gravel Kings for gravel and moved to a 1044 cassette. That's a lot of. Geez, you're not happy to do that every Saturday. So that's getting a bit long in the tooth. However, I'm now eating humble pie, having just ordered a Windspace G3 gravel frame set because one bike to rule them all is a myth. I'm now left with the Dog of a Defy as I added dog. A Dog of a Defy as my dedicated roadie. So this is the problem, right?
Yeah, here we go.
You were sold by Cycling
Bike
Weekly.
Radar got on there.
Yeah.
Get on there.
You just need one.
Yep.
So you bought one.
Bike of the year, this was.
Yeah, which is good at nothing.
Mm.
That's not fair. not good at anything this rider wants to do.
Mm-hmm.
Now he's buying a gravel bike, and now he's left with a dog of a road bike. So what's going to be next? A proper race bike.
Proper race bike. Yeah.
And now you're going to have 3 bikes.
Yeah.
When you could have just listened to us and got one good race bike.
And then your gravel bike.
And then if you wanted the gravel bike, sure.
Yep.
You can go and
You've seen your mates go to Gravelista. They have Dirty Warnie. Well, you're not doing it on that.
No. And because it's a gravel, so he's ordered the Windspace frame. That could be, if the gravel is sort of the fun enthusiast sort of thing you do on the side, that could be any kind of slop gravel bike as long as it's safe and it runs. You don't need to go drop heaps of coin there. But you should have just done a good road build first. And now this is what you're left. This is now what you're rolling on. It's, oh dear.
No, it's a sad tale, Jesse.
Yeah.
It's a sad tale.
It's just slow. I mean, you're going to be, I can tell you, if I took that, you can do back-to-back Centennial Park, and you got a 350 FTP. So XKD FTP, you could sit it. So you do 335 for an hour in Centennial Park. Between that and a new backdoor Ostro van, yeah, you will. I promise you will see a speed difference.
Your only use case here is, I'm not sure. I don't think they are. But if you're in the UK, is your winter bike. Your winter bike spec. You put your big 40 mils on it.
Yeah.
And you can slop about the Cotswold lanes in this.
Yeah.
Apart from that, the other sort of stitch up is your position's not going to be quite the same as well. So it's the great misnomer, the one bike to do it all, when it boils down to it. In 2025 anyway. If you actually want to do well.
Competitive, yeah, if you want to.
Like he's got a group of mates that he's trying to keep up with.
And he's strong. It's a 350 FTP. Well, he knew it was coming. That's an absolute dog of dogs.
Absolute dog. Apologies.
So this is what I mean. So what should we say here? Should we just tell him it's okay? It's close enough. Yeah. Like what do people want from us? What does the GCN viewer... Should we just say...
Oh, if this is GCN...
You're splitting hairs. It's perfectly good bike.
Perfectly great bike. Yeah,
it's carbon.
No, it's carbon.
You're a meter behind the bottom bracket.
Race.
No, you don't get paid to race.
You don't paid to get for rides. Yeah. So, it's going to be really comfortable for you. So when you're getting dropped, you'll be comfy. That's good. And you can ride some, you can mix terrain. You can go do some mixed terrain. This is going to open up a whole new world of terrain that you never thought existed. That's what this is going to do.
Yeah.
It's fantastic.
And it won't feel really good sprinting, but that doesn't matter because you're not a sprinter, and because you don't get paid to win, it doesn't really you just don't sprint. You actually don't need to sprint. You can actually stay seated.
Yeah.
Because it's actually more comfortable. So that's as fast as bike as anyone needs.
As anyone needs.
Yeah.
Yes.
That's as good as you can get.
And yep.
I think you should probably ride this for another 15 years, and your son can have it. I think it should be passed down. That's the main thing. Pass it on.
And that gearing's too much. That's my only criticism. You probably don't need the 46 tooth.
Yeah. That's a good point.
Just knock that back.
Yeah.
Yeah, 44 or 42.
Because it gets dangerous anyway. Above 40.
Yeah.
The driver's out there.
You're going too fast at that speed.
You never,
Yep. Bike 4. I've been waiting for one of these.
Here we go.
28, 6'1", 160 pounds. FTP 305. Cervelo S5, 2024.
The fast S5.
Charcoal colorway. Stock SRAM 2x4 with new pure purple chain, supposedly saving watts, 56, size 56. Yeah, okay. Reserve stock hubs and spokes, just running stock. GP 5000s, Cadex amps saddle, whiskey carbon bottle cages, integrated varium mount, weight 8.2 kilos. And the juiciest part, this new one-piece handlebar from the new S5.
Oh.
130 mil, 38 bars. So to clarify, we are looking at the previous S5, but with the new Holy Boys out front.
Chris is jealous.
Well,
I think this is the setup.
This is a bike you have here. This is a bike you have here. As suggested by someone in a review, this has all the potential of giving you the snappiness of this lighter front end, but the tightness, but that speed, narrowness of the previous S5. Stock reserves, ran them, love them, no issues there. I know Coyle thinks they're too heavy, so we may have a problem there convincing him on that. Tram Force group set, one-fingered braking, beautiful, no issues. Cervelo and their colorways, I don't want to go too much into it because it's color chat. It's a bit irrelevant, but I don't love it. But is this a fast bike? Hell yeah. I think this is a rocket ship.
I think this is inexcusably heavy. 8.2, you're dreaming.
It's not heavy enough. More weight.
That
Put
is
more weight into it.
Because
that thing
I get
is a
veto
rocket
power
ship.
because I'm calling it a dog.
I know. I'm just going to talk over that. Get it up to 9. That's beautiful.
No.
That it? Is that all you got? 8.2.
It's instant. It's an instant dog.
On your cam.
Instant dog.
No. That's rolling over the top of you. That's freewheeling turns. I tell you right now.
Don't worry about the uphills.
Don't worry about that. Bike 5. So that was it. You vetoed. Okay. Fair enough.
Like you could get a 105 DO2 Canyon NERO slider than that.
Okay. 2 to go. Speaking of which, Canyon NERO 2023. Bought with job biking. Oh, they've got that ride to work scheme or something. I think this is a UK thing.
Oh, I see.
Yeah. CFSLX frame
Speaking
indoor.
of colourways.
It's a French post. It is a fence post. 8.1. Here you go. With everything. Canyon's 3D printed Garmin mount, Yolio C60s, GP 5000 tubelesses. You're running your Shimano rotors. We've got a pad update. Swiss stop pads. They're the yellow ones, aren't they? 175 good SRAM rival cranks.
Yes. Torque.
Rival power meter, rival rear derailleur, 1033 force cassette, Silka hot wax force chain, AliExpress saddles, Dura Ace pedals.
Rifle power meter slope calibrated to my indoor trainer.
Oh, wow.
Hold on.
That's a bit of cross calibration.
What's happened here?
That's a stick. How's the Germans? 195 centimeters. Jesus. 28-year-old Black Forest, Germany. I know my LT1 is 3.3, which is around, okay. My lactate testing and my 5-minute power is at 5.4 watts per kilo from racing, but I only have guesstimated FTP from Garmin slightly above 4. Doing long endurance stuff, so spend the time in the gym and maintaining a horizontal back in the drops for hours. My God, this is Jesse Coyle. I will raise my stem for aero PUD's position, but as my forearms would explode way before my legs, I leave it slammed. Looks way better.
Yeah, get slammed.
Keep up the great work and keep the rubber side down.
Yeah, low stack's making a comeback anyway.
Rubber side down. Have you ever said that saying to someone?
Bit of a jinx.
People say that. People in the US love saying that.
So that's lighter than your S5 with SRAM rival.
That is a direct comparison to the rocket ship that was just above.
It's instantly a better bike because it's lighter and it's like ginormous. It's a 2XL and it's 8.1. How is that S5? What are they doing over at Cervelo? There's no layup optimization.
There's
layup
fairings,
additions.
There's fairings inside a fairing. There's so many fairings.
And the Canyon Aerod's faster anyway.
No, it's not. It's not.
It is not. It is. It
not
literally
with that red bar tape.
It literally is faster.
I mean, yeah.
I like the no. This is I actually seriously no. This is a good. I actually think this is a fast bike.
I think it's a fast bike as well. But I mean, I think both of them are. But anyway, so this is Rival, good power meter. Slightly concerned about the chainring size.
That's a problem.
That's an issue. Going to be swimming away in that 10 tooth for quite a long period of time. But that's that iteration of the Canyon. So he's pretty much managed to self-spec it. I think it's a phenomenal bike.
Yep.
Yeah, phenomenal bike.
Good bike.
Finally, a 2019 Flanders Feinstein RS Pro ex-Conti team bike, bought second-hand from the team rider off marketplace. Everything I've done to the bike has been a budget or bought off marketplace. Bike cost me $4,100. Custom painted by myself. Okay. By myself with design cues from Team Bora's SL6 paint scheme. Size 54, weighs 8.3 kilos with pedals, Garmin light mount, bottle cages, Ultegra Di2 11 speed, 1130, info crank, dual power. Info crank. Wasn't that some big Ponzi scheme that sort of came and went at one point?
Something like that.
Anyway, 170mm cranks, 5236 Praxis Worths chain rings, Windspace Zero integrated handlebars, bargain bin bar tape. It's got bin tape. Fantastic. Just straight from the tip.
Foraged.
Caden Decadence 49mm wheels, 20mm internal, 28 externals, Conti GP 5000s, 160mm rotors, front and rear, KMC chain, 177 centimetres, 270 FTP, local bunch rides, doesn't race as much as I'd like to. I'm doing the Tour of Margaret River this year. Oh, hang on. So I did some research here.
So I'm a bit confused because this is someone from Perth.
Someone from Perth.
And they've been sold an ex-Conti bike that was a Flanders.
Mm-hmm.
What,
there's bubbles inside bubbles.
What team was riding Flanders? Are we sure this...
Was he been... is there not some Asian team on this?
No? Not that I remember.
Okay.
Flanders. Anyway.
Okay, so just quickly. So he did Tour of Margaret River.
Okay.
This year.
Mm-hmm.
Chris went and did some research.
Okay.
Now, the Flanders dog.
Well, to be judged.
Finished 77th out of 117 in the your age group, 18 to 34 area.
Okay.
Not great.
Mm-hmm.
His team Fleet Brothers from another mother, finished 6th in Division E.
Okay.
So it didn't bring in the results at Tour at Margaret River that our rider was hoping for.
Okay.
Sadly.
Well, he's doing it again this year.
No, that's that. So
it's been run and won.
That's run and won. Sorry, we're on delay here, Jesse.
I see.
Sadly, we get a lot of entries, so we are often a little bit in the past.
Okay.
Yes. Now be careful because you may be going to Perth later this year, so
I don't want to. I need security.
They're very, very parochial over there. That's it.
I judge the bike. Actually, that's not even true. I do judge the rider. Mm-hmm. I don't mind the frame look. The fork looks quite nice. The transition fork to head tube to down tube. I'm not hating. There's a bit of depth there. Bit of that sort of old camtail thing. You chop the back of the tube off. That's all right. Back end thin.
And these wheels, have you ridden these wheels?
No, these are the narrow, the older cadence,
slightly older
narrow
iteration.
Yeah.
Okay. Roads very nice in Perth, I should add. Very smooth. That's all our GST government dollars, of course, go over to the WA. Thank you, WA, for taking all our GST dollars. So fantastic infrastructure, bike paths, beautiful hot mix, whatever you want. Go to puppers on this, potentially. What happened? You turn up to puppers on this. What do you think? He wants to give this a fast bike.
See, the problem
he wants to give it a fast bike.
If he said it's 7.3 as pictured, I'd go, oh, okay. if I squint, it could be SL8 territory. Stiff wheels. And you've budget built it. I could kind of get around it, but 8.3 for a do-it-all with climbing wheels. There's just no two ways about that. That, my friends, is a dog of a bike.
Yeah, I would have liked to see a little bit more aero tweaking. Because I wanted to be convinced here. I was open to the idea. I loved the narrative. I loved the chat. I love a little ex-Conti Pro, right? This has probably been flogged to absolute living daylights. It's maybe done a Slovakian tour here and there.
Carbon doesn't degrade, though.
Doesn't degrade. So it's still as good as the day it was laid up.
Mm-hmm.
I could have been convinced.
I reckon there's some ride quality issues.
Oh.
A 2019 spec Flanders. Was there weave optimization? I don't know. I think the jury's also out on the ride quality, but I think the weight of this is the main elephant in the room.
Okay. I don't think those info cranks are very light. I think there's
or accurate.
There
was a bit of
you got to be careful. I think they sued someone.
That was a story. I think they were claiming
someone.
World's most accurate, and someone got a lawsuit.
Someone got a lawsuit.
Because it wasn't quite.
So they're fantastic, those info cranks.
Yeah,
they're just dialed on.
Yeah, absolutely.
But that is not. That Flanders is sadly a dog.
That's a dog.
All right, before we go, Jesse,
Yeah.
Thanksgiving in the US this weekend.
Oh.
So they'll all
Happy Thanksgiving,
they'll
everybody.
all be sitting around their tables, slopping into a bit of turkey.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm told that the kind of ritual is you go around and tell us what you're thankful for.
Okay.
So I wanted to just, I don't know, maybe open that up on as a NERO show. What have you been thankful for? What are you thankful for in November 2025? Right, first I'll start us off, Jesse.
All right.
What am I thankful for? Marcel Kittel.
Oh.
The big dog.
Mm-hmm.
So the big dog this week, he is he's back. He's a sprint coach for the Rockets, but he was appearing on the Domestique podcast during the week, and I don't know what it is, whether it's a German thing or whatever, but absolute straight shooting. I think it was Aiden asking him, "Oh, what do you think about the current state of riding? Is there anything to be questioned?" Marcel, hell yeah.
Don't believe that cycling is clean now. Absolutely not. You would be very ignorant about the facts. You have to look honestly at the sport, also as a fan. And there will always be people who are trying to cheat the system. We just have to be sure that we really safeguard what we have and the progress that we made, and make sure that this is these are single cases and not a widespread doping system that we had in the 90s.
Question it all.
Absolutely question
There's
everything.
too much money here.
Everyone's making a lot of money, and where there's a lot of money, you need to be skeptical. And I don't know, it was just kind of good just to see some good old-fashioned straight shooting from the big man.
As much as I hate the word based, Marcel Kittel, just straight in. Yep. Love to see it. It's 2025. I'm still thankful for Tour Magazine. I'm scrolling through a gigantic Google spreadsheet. And you got one coming up, I saw in the notes. Let's scroll through all the bikes that's ever been tested. You know what's 56th fastest on the list? The Trek Madone SL9 Axis Gen 8 at 216 watts. Thank you, Tour Magazine, for our Bible living on another year in a row.
Where was it? 56th?
56th.
All right. Off the back of that, I'm thankful for Lidl Trek. So they have been putting up with the 56th ranked bike for the last 2 years, and sneakily are actually fucking good.
Yeah.
So they won 46 pro races. They won 20 World Tour races. They won every points jersey at Grand Tours in 2025, which sounds good, but maybe not so good. Skullmoser wins Amstel Gold. And there's like this, they've probably got the coolest, if not the coolest, one of the coolest bike riders in the world riding on their team. And everyone's sort of talking about Red Bull being the next one to kind of step into that, hey, we're going to play with you, Visma and UAE. Do you know what? I actually think it's Little Trek.
Mm-hmm.
US registered, so a little bit US froth. Though I don't know if people in the US like go Little Trek. I don't know whether that's a thing. But I don't know. I'm actually like, it's kind of like I hate cheer them on because obviously I get tagged in all their friggin' wins because of this stupid bike. But I'm secretly actually happy.
Mm-hmm.
So go Little Trek.
Yeah, Mads, Skelmosa,
And
Big Milan,
they've
Simmons, who's
signed,
always having a rip.
They've signed one Ayuso.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
Yep.
So got another GC guy in there.
contention.
Okay. Yeah. No, fair play. Thank you, Little Trek. Thank you. Everyone else that uploads cycling related content. I promise for most people, they're not making a lot of money doing it, but it gives us stuff to talk about. So whether I agree with whatever they say or not, we'd be in a wasteland if people weren't uploading stuff. So anyone that's uploading, especially YouTube content, thank you. Keep it coming and go and say thanks to the people you watch because it's they're probably not doing it for any other reason other than they like to serve it up.
And on that note, I think we should bid everyone happy Thanksgiving,
Yes.
happy end of November, happy Black Friday. Go and unsubscribe to all the annoying things that you've suddenly, that's what I use Black Friday for. So
What's
all
this?
the stupid stuff that I've signed up for over the last 12 months. Now you obviously get the email, oh, we're having a Black Friday sale.
Oh,
And you're like, oh, brilliant, I'll unsubscribe from you. So all those random like sun cream things that you've done, they're all gone. Fantastic. It's a nice little, it's like a spring cleaning of your mailing lists.
Cool.
But don't unsubscribe from the NERO Show. All right, we will see everyone next week.
Chat to you then.